Okay. Okay, so I wanted to show you all and walk you through just a couple updates to how we can address Zoom issues. So I know in the past what we'd been doing when people were reporting issues is we were going into the Zoom meetings and giving them the sort of raw uh, link here. And and that would usually work and do the trick. But the problem with giving them this link is that they can use it anytime. And so, for example, if they start 15 minutes late and do the full hour, if another match is using the same account, that next hour, they won't be able to log in because the person using this link is using it kind of outside of that designated hour. And so that could have been contributing to kind of like a waterfall effect or domino effect of by us fixing one person's Zoom issue, it could potentially cause another person's Zoom issue. So the solution to that is this new link over here called the Fast Start link. And so when I recommend using the Fast Start link is when you get an email, in the middle of the day and someone's just saying, my lesson's supposed to be happening right now and we can't get on. As soon as you see that email, you can send them this link. And before you do, you can update the start time or day. So let's say the meeting, let's see, it's 9:38 right now. So you get an email from a volunteer that's frustrated saying, I'm trying to log on, I can't get in, our meeting's supposed to be at 9:30, what's going on? You could edit the start time, to give them the full hour. You could edit this to say, let's say this is today's date. You could edit it to say 9:40, so that way it'll start at 9:40 and still give them the full hour. Or if they say, we don't have time to do it today, but we want to do it tomorrow, you can change this date till tomorrow at whatever time. And then send them this link and say, we're going to look into the root cause of the problem. We're so sorry, that this happened. In the meantime, here's this temporary link. It'll work, right away if you're doing it right now or if you're doing it tomorrow. And then go ahead and send that to them and the family, and then immediately log the issue here in the Zoom error log, which y'all have doing a great job at. And that way, immediately I will send it over to SuccessCraft, and they'll find out like what is really going on, what's the root cause, and then that'll give SuccessCraft a whole week to figure it out. Make sure they have a working link for next time. So just to reiterate, back in this link, that this is kind of like a temporary solution. We've tested it a bunch of times and it works really well, knock on wood so far. So any questions about that? Or what the difference is, or yeah, anything at all?
I had a quick question about the the start time. So if the volunteer is, for example, if they're Eastern time, we would still put like the specific time for this particular start date time, like we would put our time for them.
That's a good question. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to look at, this says 2:30 p.m. I'm going to go back to the class and see, um, 2:30 p.m. So it's both. Let me get back to you on that, Emily. I'm pretty sure it should be Pacific time, but it might be that it should always be the instructor start time or the student start time. Um, so let me get back to you on that. That's a really good question. Um, And then again, you're going to want to do it just from the day they're having the issue. So if they reach out to you on the 19th, you'll want to click into the 19th one and give them the fast start link for that particular day. What other questions? Okay, keep thinking about it. Definitely let me know if you have any questions, because I'm going to talk about the other issue that we have had a lot, which is we get cut off early. Um, so that's a real thing. If a volunteer in a family have more than two people or two devices logged on, it will kick them out at 40 minutes. And so far as I know, that should be the only scenario where that happens. So I know we've heard volunteers that like to have one camera, one device looking at their face and the other device looking at, um, the project that they're doing. So that puts them in that scenario. There's other scenarios where there's two siblings that like to be in their own rooms, doing the class on their own. And so that puts that match into that scenario too. So, what I've tried to do to address that is I've added this note. This is to the 2-day reminder email that says, please note our Zoom links only work during the scheduled time and can only be used with one device from each household. If you need to log on from multiple devices, please reply to this email so we can get you a link from one of our upgraded accounts. And so if that's the case, um, you can go to one of our paid accounts, which are operations@coachart.org, orientations@coachart.org. If you can't find the available time on either of those two, let me know and I can see what other ones are available. The other thing you could tell them to do is to go ahead and after they get kicked off to just click the link again and they should be able to continue. But of course, that's disruptive, if they're in the middle of an activity, that's kind of a challenging thing to do, but that is another option. If in the moment they're saying, we got kicked off, what can I do? You could just say, so sorry about that, go ahead and click the link again. It should let you back on for the duration of the class. I'm also asking Greg and Sarah, if we can just upgrade all of the accounts, it would be about $2,000 a year to do that. But I think that could be a good investment. If, I think really the majority of the Zoom errors were people getting kicked out early. So I think that could be a good investment too. And I'll let you know if we get approval for that, because I think that would really take care of that issue as well. Any thoughts about the getting kicked out early issues?
No, it's good. It's good to know. It's a good reminder for the multiple devices.
Cool. Um, and then, I just really wanted to recognize that this has been frustrating, for you all, for the volunteers, when this happens, it's challenging when we don't always know what's causing the problem and it's hard to give advice when we don't know if the advice we're giving is the right thing. And so, I definitely feel for you all and know that that's been really challenging. And I hope that these kind of new solutions and new kind of information. I also had this translated to Spanish, so this is also on the Spanish ones as well. I hope this helps. And, I think it's something we're going to continue to improve and to monitor. So definitely, I know you all are busy and have a lot going on, but if you can just plug in this information or just forward me the email, I'm always happy to just go ahead and plug it in on your behalf to this doc, because I think this is really what's going to kind of help us identify the issues and get them fixed. And then our long-term solution is to have a more integrated experience where volunteers and families can log on to their portal, the CoachArt Connect, once we have the family portal, and connect with each other right in the app. And so, we hope to have that done maybe even by the end of this year. It's on the roadmap, but we just don't know exactly what that's going to entail, what the options are going to be. But we do hope to get to a point where it can be a more kind of internal process of connecting via video chat. Let's see. Any other questions on Zoom links and errors?
No, I think this is really helpful, and even just having that little reminder email too. I feel like that's information that maybe they didn't have access to before, or they might not have realized. So I think that might be useful.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna pause the recording. Hey Desiree.